Okay, welcome everybody. And Nancy already requested everyone to please mute out. I want to introduce myself. I'm Nikki Brunner. I'm from Eureka, Montana, originally Traverse City, Michigan. And I was a health food store manager for like 10 years and wanted to have more time freedom and financial freedom to be the mom I wanted to be and have the lifestyle I wanted to enjoy. And I started this business in the middle of January, and I'm currently a sales coordinator working on being a senior sales coordinator. So tonight's topic is getting your new distributor off to a fast start and being organized at the same time. So what I'm going to do is share my screen right now. I have a little checklist for everybody. And should be coming on. All right. I don't know if that's big enough for you guys to see. You can read that all right. So I will post this link that has this Get Start checklist on Voxer after the meeting tonight, so you guys can have access to this if you already don't. And I also, as we go through this, will be adding some of my own tips or suggestions as well. This is just a real simplified outline, in my opinion, compared to what all needs to be done to get someone started. For starters, number one, submit representative application and receive email from Juice Plus Company. What I typically do is, if the person lives locally, I will go over and help walk them through that. Depending on the time of day, a lot of times I will recommend that we just get together again in the morning, and because sometimes it takes the company a long time to get the emails out, and sometimes they come out real quick. So then what I'll do is I will show them how to log in to their Juice Plus virtual office and bookmark the site so it's easy to find. And then I kind of walk them through and get them familiarized with the virtual office, where to find things and what all is available to them. And I can't express enough how important it is to spend time in there on their own, because there's just so much information in there and tools for us to use. They make it so easy if you do the time to do your homework and look into what all there is. One of the first things I like to have them do, besides going into the personal file and setting up their personal websites, is I also recommend that they apply for the electronic funds transfer. And before, in the past, I would instantly get them hooked up on the soundboard. But we found out at conference that we have a new soundboard for Juice Plus now. So I have to learn that still, actually. I haven't had a chance with everything that's been going on. So after we do that, I help them submit their customer order and place their first order. I like to get them acquainted with where the promotion store is and remind them that they get free shipping and handling on their first order. I like to help them get their websites set up and point out specific things that are available in there to them. And then number 5, what are your expectations from this business, what it is you want? So that's where we start getting into your story, what your why is. There's a couple of sheets also in the virtual office under mission-driven model that you can print out, that you can do your product story and your business story. But getting off to a fast start, I don't make that a super high priority. Within the first 30 to 60 days, definitely want to have that down pat and refined. For me, I like to really emphasize for people that 72 hours to 2 weeks tops to try and have your HLP done and become a direct distributor. because then you have more time to achieve your next position, and all the while you will be getting organized and learning the ins and outs of everything. And by the end of the first 60 days, you're pretty much a pro. So then, things that I would like to add into the getting started is also pointing out the points chart. I have mine printed out and in a little plastic sleeve because I refer to that all the time. Another really important piece of information for them to have to reference to or know where is at in a virtual office is the roadmap, fast track roadmap. And also hashtag be the good to download on your phone is another useful tool that I like to use with all of my reps, in addition to Voxer and Zoom. So that's where we start really getting connected. Voxer is the primary communication tool to connect with your team. And then also team Facebook group and customer Facebook group. Meet your national marketing director. For me, that's Nancy, and for Bonnie, who's here tonight too, she is your upline national marketing director. And add these to your contacts. Customer support and business support phone numbers you'll have pretty much memorized by the end of 6 months, if not sooner.
Hello.
So I really like to get people instantly on the Voxer, on Zoom, practice doing Zoom calls with them. And also, I think it's really important to get them to their Tower Garden website and get them into the Tower Talk portion and get the Jive Tower Talk on their phone as well, because that is just an endless ocean of information that you can access anywhere, anytime when you're helping people with Tower Gardens.
Nikki,
Yes.
this is Nance. Maybe you could just expand on Voxer and Zoom, how when we never met each other until you came to the fall conference, and how were you able to complete your fast track to sales coordinator without ever having a sponsor, right there with you, and how those two tools really help you build your business, and how we work together in that regard?
Well, Zoom was amazing. At first, we just were talking on the phone, and then we started doing Zoom conferences, and it was so nice. It was like you were actually there with me, and you could share your screen with me, or I could share my screen with you, and literally walk me through, point out, and show me how to go about doing things. And same thing with Voxer. I think Voxer is the most amazing gift that we have, because texting sucks, and having to call somebody 27 times a day when they're trying to go about their business and their daily life for everything. I can't find how do you do this, and where do I go to do that, and how do I place this order? You can just Voxer it, and then at their convenience, they can listen to it and they can re-listen to it, and you can answer back at any time. It's always there. You don't have to text. I absolutely love it. It was like I felt like I knew you before we got to meet each other, because we were so connected. And that really helped a lot. I think it was very instrumental to me proceeding as quickly as I did. And so, let's see, we're going through. And I really like about this checklist too is that all these links are highlighted that'll take you right to them. And also, the importance again of fast tracking as quickly as possible. 72 hours to 2 weeks as kind of like what I try to set for a goal for people, because it affords them more time to achieve their next goal. But also we have this wonderful incentive till the end of the year that when you get a representative to the virtual franchisee position, normally they would get $250 and you, the sponsor, would get $250. But from now until the end of the year, December 31st, it's $300 to each of you for achieving that promotion. And on top of that, if you get a new distributor to the sales coordinator position, instead of the normal $500 to them and $500 to you, the sponsor, it's now $750 to the both of you until the end of the year. So that's really, really some extra fuel there to get going. And let's see. And then I guess next week, I want to go over more the organizational part of things and emphasize more on the fast tracking part of things this week. I like to point out to people as well too, I think a really another important tool is in the virtual office under resources is the monthly themes and resources. There's so much stuff in there that we can use, and a featured video every month, and they make it so easy for you to set up your Facebook page and fill it up with information. I also encourage people when they are signing up to be a representative to think of 3 to 5 people right off the bat. Usually a family member or a close friend that would make a good buddy. So that helps you get those 2 households more quick and affords you the time to spend on learning the ins and outs of your office, where the different videos and information are, what's best to send, how to set up your Facebook page, and all of that kind of comes after and along with the rest. Doing time, I think, is the best teacher, and you just learn as you go. I wanted to try, I'm OCD, and I wanted to have everything all organized and all set up right out of the gate, and Nancy just kept reminding me, get those 2 households, and then you have more time for your next goal. You have more time to learn the ins and outs and get organized. So definitely I would say within that first 60 days, I had all my ducks in a row, and I was also a VF at that point and making 14% commissions.
And Nikki, may I add here too that one thing that you and I had talked about is you wanted to work smarter versus harder, and so you did not want to leave any money on the table, and that's why you were working so hard to get, use that fast track to position yourself so you could get a check. And as a result, you were able to, many months your bonuses were much higher than your regular check, so it worked out well.
I believe in 1 month, me and my team had made $1,900 just in bonuses. So that was pretty exciting. Yeah, the wow factor. And I absolutely love the people I work with, and Juice Plus brings family together, just like I said in boot camp this summer. And just recently I got my Aunt Bonnie, who I hadn't seen or spoke to in like 40 years, on board. And I'm just so delighted to have her a part of the family, the Juice Plus family, and my family again. Because if it wasn't for Juice Plus, we may have never even talked to each other or seen each other again. And she is just such a wonderful, amazing asset, such a part of me I was missing, and I didn't even know it after all these years. I talked to her, and it's just like, wow, family, I love this. And I really think it's going to be great for her too, and she's been working very hard, and I'm glad that she was able to make it on this evening. And I guess in closing, I will stop here, and next week we'll work more on the organizational part of things and setting up your 3-ring binder and getting real in-depth organized. And I guess, let's see, also we have Cheryl Cortese tonight at 8:30 Eastern Time. And tonight they're going to be honoring the new NMDs from conference in St. Louis. And if you guys can tune in, her number is 641-715-3580. And then the code is 505064 hashtag or pound key. And I will unshare. Hi! And I think that's it. Did anyone have any questions?
You say you're going to put that form on the Voxer?
Yes, I can post it on Voxer when we get off. It's a nice short getting started checklist. The one that they have for us on the virtual office, I think is a little outdated. I've been actually kind of putting my own together, so that's why I was adding a lot to what I had posted up there. So I think what I'm going to do once I get settled for moving is I'm going to sit down with my Microsoft and make up my own getting started checklist that I'm going to start giving it out to my team members or emailing to them as soon as they sign up so that they have something to refer to when I'm not available or when we're not on the phone.
You know, what you're talking about tonight, Nikki, this is what you and I went over the other day, and I set up my binder, and
Yes.
so the same thing, yeah. I'm just only in a blind panic because my people that I've actually reached out to, family members, they're just not quite feeling it. So,
now, you know, what we could do is get on the phone. I'm just curious what information you sent them, like which videos, or, you know, if you just sent them your website.
Yeah, I think instead of taking time right now, let's, why don't you defer and the two of you can discuss that
Right.
at the end or after this call. I think one thing, Bonnie, is I know you just got started on taking Juice Plus. People are going to be waiting to see how you do with it.
right.
And so they're waiting for your Juice Plus story. And as soon as you have a story, you've set up a beautiful Facebook page, that story needs to go out because people will listen. So, okay. So, anybody else have any questions?
I had another question.
Yes.
I liked how you were talking about with the HLP, which getting that done really fast, so then you have more time as you have that 60 days to do your BF. Are you talking right in the beginning as well, though, that be thinking of who wants to possibly be a team member, not just order Juice Plus?
I recommend either or. So when we're going through the whole getting signed up, applying, what have you, I tell them, because a lot of times it ends up being late in the day, and I don't know if it's because we're out on the West Coast or it seems like we're sitting around waiting for the emails to come because we really can't place the order or get the website set up until we get the emails. So what I'll typically do is have them go through the whole application thing and then give them the night to receive their emails and tell them, think of 3 to 5 people, whether it's representative or customers, and typically think close to home. Think a family member or a close friend that would help you and support you on this journey, whether it's just being a customer or if they would make a good buddy. You know, I mean, just if you could even get them as a customer to start with, then you create a raving fan. They see you having success with it. They feel the results. Hey, let's do it together. But just so that you can knock that out of the gate and get the ball rolling, because once you get that momentum going, they get excited and the pieces just start falling together, you know, it comes together. So that's kind of what I do is I get them signed up,
Yeah.
wait for the emails, so that night they think, oh, okay, 3 to 5 people. And then I go down the list. Okay, I like to send them, don't just send them your websites and not point out anything. Say, you know, check out, here's my websites, but here, check out experiencejuiceplus.com. Those videos are what did it for me. When Nancy told me that after like a month of talking to her 3 times a week, I watched those videos and I was like, where do I sign? And, you know, it really, and then, you know, bridge the gap, you know, you start, it's trial and error. And in each person that you're approaching, you're going to approach them from a different angle based on where they're coming from. You can find something to connect with them and go that direction. So that's usually what I do. Hi.
Well, that what you're talking about, Nikki, is starting that memory jogger, and that's so important. Those first 3 to 5 names, and all of us that are distributors should be penning every day, adding names to those memory joggers, because one of the concepts is, so you've got these 50 names finally. Well, where do you start? Who do you start with?
Right.
Obviously, we're looking for people who are health oriented, people that want to take their health into their own hands, people that we know everybody needs Juice Plus or a Tower Garden, but who is open to it? So that's, not everybody's open to good nutrition. They're going to turn right around and go to McDonald's 3 times a day for dinner. They don't care about what they put in their mouth. So those are the kinds of people, even though they need it desperately, they're not going to be open to it until they maybe see you personally have some positive experiences and you're telling your story. So you get your 50 names and you start going through a list of people that maybe you want to get your 5 top people that you want to join your team as well. Maybe your first 5 recruits, and you want them to be your first customer. You want someone who might be entrepreneurial, someone who is a self-starter. I can look at each one of you on this page right now and say, and describe who you are. You're entrepreneurial, you're a self-starter, you're health-oriented, you want to make a difference in the world, you have a wide sphere of influence. That describes an excellent Juice Plus distributor. But you know what? What if you contact them and tell them about Juice Plus? Maybe ask them to sit down so that you can share what you're doing. But what if they say, oh, this business isn't for me, Nancy, but you know, I would like to try taking Juice Plus. So at least you're going to be making a sale. You've got a customer. But what if, I see Brandy, she wants to go sales coordinator. And I think that if you were to start over and you put your memory jogger together and you only, out of 50 names, 5 top people of who I just described, that you are going to get not only 5 customers, but you make it, 1 to 5 distributors as well. Does that make sense to you guys?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, great.
Great.
Because in the long run, it is all about the fast tracks, but also many of you on this call tonight want to become national marketing directors, so you want strong people to build your team with. And that's why Nikki and Brandy have worked so well together, because she is very strong and she's going to go for it. And many of the others here on the phone tonight. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything that you'd like to add? Nikki, you did an amazing job tonight.
Thank you.
Great training. Yes.
Against all odds.
We have any, we're still on a recording. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add that would add value to this call tonight, or comments?
What is that 72 hours, I think, is a real key thing, because that's what Kurt Beavers brought up at the boot camp too.
Yep. I find 72 hours to 2 weeks is a realistic goal, because everybody's a little different. They have different stuff on their plate. It and everyone operates a little different. Some people can just knock it out. Oh, hey, I know right away. So-and-so and Susie Q, they'll jump on board. Some people, it takes a minute. But if you break it down like that, that's one person a week. And they don't have to be a representative. Just, hey, Ma, try this Juice Plus. I think it's going to do really good for you. You know, if you don't like it, you can always cancel the order, I guess. But you won't want to, you know. And I always point out, too, if you do the trio, what is it, like $2, less than $2.50 a day? How much does a cup of coffee cost? People put money in gambling machines. Yeah, you want to eat at McDonald's? Take your Juice Plus, for goodness sakes. You can afford that. It's long-term health insurance.
Yeah, you're right, Nikki. People think nothing about going to Starbucks and blowing $4 or $5 on a little coffee, macchiato, whatever,
Yeah.
on it, you know? So,
Right. Think of all your little indulgences. I mean, isn't it all right to spend $2.50 on your long-term health assurance so that you can enjoy the things that you shouldn't have in the first place? And they might find over time that they have less and less of that and they feel good, and it's only because of Juice Plus.
great. All right, guys. Well, I'll have this recording out to everybody tomorrow. Nick, do you want to wrap it up?
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Like I said, again, next week, tune in, same time, same place. And we will be wrapping up our Getting Your New Distributor Off to a Fast Start and Be Organized. And next week, we will just focus on more the 3-ring binder organizational workbook and the ins and outs of getting the ball rolling quickly.
Great.
Sounds
Sounds good. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Bye, Nick.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.